Human augmentation. Technology is becoming more and more important to people. Technology has altered how people behave and value things as well as how they think, speak, and behave. Recent scientific advancements have shown that technology is also starting to change human talents, pushing people above their natural bounds. The way people and machine interact has been enhanced, augmented, or even redesigned as a result of technological advancement. In the coming years, technology will dominate the workplace with computational intelligence and smart assistants being common, while the use of augmented and virtual reality continues to increase human augmentation, which is the key of emerging technologies. Douglas Engelbart once said, "Where a complex machine represents the principal artifact with which a human being cooperates, the term man-machine interface has been used for some years to represent the boundaries across which energy is exchanged between the two domains. However, the man-artifact interface has existed for centuries, ever since humans began using artifacts and executing composite processes. Human augmentation basically deals with the blurring lines between humans and their advancement in technology. Not only does it help to improve the physical traits of the present human condition, rather than it aims to improve the cognitive and emotional enhancement in humans. Through the development of medical tools that assist people restore abilities they have either lost or never had, it also seeks to augment or mimic pre-existing human functions and to provide hope for those who are going through this kind of circumstances. So what is human augmentation? The field of human augmentation, sometimes referred to Human 2.0, focuses on creating cognitive and physical improvements as the integral part of human body. It also aims to enhance human abilities through the use of medicine or technology that can be applied to improve the sensing, actions, or cognitive abilities of humans. Anything that brings cognitive and physical enhancement to the human experience can be considered human augmentation. Most commonly, it's designed to improve health, quality of life, or performance. So these are the different categories of human augmentation or technology. First is the augmented sensors. It concerns augmentation of the senses which can be achieved by interpreting the sensory information available and presenting feedback to the user through their senses. It is the extension of the body's ability to sense aspects of the environment that are not perceivable by the body in its natural state. So sensory augmentation falls under the broader field of human enhancement technology. This technology could enhance our minds and body through science-based and technology-based intervention in or on the human bodies. For sensory augmentation, this generally means using a device which is worn on or attached to the body, which gives you the new sensory information. One of the examples of this is the cyborg antenna. Neil Harbison, named a cyborg activist, has an electronic antenna called the iBorg, affixed to his skull that helps him to see color despite having a severe case of color blindness in which everything you see is gray. He is also a cyborg, but this time is real. He can hear colors, which make his power a lot more lyrical and unquestionably less annoying to its bearer. Neil is able to receive audio impulses that he can translate into colors because of an antenna implanted in his skull. Because of this technology, Neil's innate abilities have been enhanced despite being colorblind. Now Neil produces painting and piano concerts to show people how he views the world with his newly discovered sense. His work is intended to broaden people's senses. Second, augmented physical abilities. It involves human augmentation of the physical human body and aims at the improvement of an individual's ability to move and manipulate objects. Successful physical augmentation often requires human sensory feedback and information to be collected from the environment in order to control actions in an adapted manner. One of the most common examples of physical augmentation is the exoskeleton. Through the interpretation of the augmented senses, actions, and results, enhanced physical abilities are attained. Physical enhancement are possible for hearing, touch, taste, vision, and smell, acquiring knowledge, engaging in cognitive processing, and using reasoning are ways to develop enhanced intellectual capacities. Also, one of the examples of this is the flex foot cheetah prosthetic was created by the biomedical engineer named Van Phillips, who lost one leg below the knee at the age of 21 and became unsatisfied with existing prosthetic models, and that's why he created his own prosthetic. And lastly, cognitive augmentation encompasses data processing assistance, facilitation of decision making, and assistance with memorization. Cognitive augmentation can be achieved by detecting the human cognitive state, making an accurate interpretation of it, and adapting feedback to match the current and predictive needs of the user. So, cognitive augmentation is an effort to use implant technology to increase human sensory capacity. It tries to improve people's experience through technology and platforms, as well as help them make better decisions, take in more information, and analyze circumstances. So one of the examples of cognitive augmentation is the HoloLens glasses. This example is an HoloLens glasses is a virtual reality or VR headset with transparent lenses for an augmented reality experience. HoloLens allows users to experience 3D holographic images as though they are part of their environment. Types of human augmentation. First is the replicating human ability. Replication provides assistance to individuals who are born with deficiencies, who suffered from a medical condition, or have experienced a tragic accident. Replication may also be used to counteract the natural process of aging. So the second one is supplementing human ability. It's an augmentation tech that supplies more potential of an individual capacity. This could include a wide variety of items like ear devices and other devices that are capable of enhancing our vocabulary. It concerns the extended body, which improves our ability to do something and to perform a better task. And lastly, exceeding human ability. It allows us to do things that we're not able to do in a natural way. It is also referred to as that of superhuman abilities. This augmentation turns the user into a superhuman with capabilities that are not naturally human but well beyond the ordinary. The first dimension of human augmentation is the replication of a capacity that a typical person has. In general, a natural human function is replicated for someone who does not have it. It replicates the physical body parts as well as its natural movement. One of the good examples of this is the naked prosthetic. Naked prosthetic body-driven prostheses are innovative solutions for digit amputates who are wanting to restore the ability to perform daily tasks and possibly return back to the workplace. It creates finger prosthetics for everyone who has suffered an accident or an amputation. These functional prostheses are custom-made to patient-specific measurements, enabling the biomechanics of the device to effectively mimic the natural motion of the finger. Coming from the term supplementing, which means to add something. Supplementation refers to human enhancement that increase our capacity for performance. These include tools that artificially boost our physical appearance, our vision beyond what is normally possible, and our intelligence. This might include, for instance, equipment to increase strength and enhance our vision. Additionally, this forces them past their physical limitation and any intelligence enhancement tools. Revolutionary potential exists in the human augmentation that strengthens our mental or physical limitation. Also, it will enhance our culture and future possibilities. So some of the example of this is smart glasses and Neuralink or the brain chip. Neuralink or the brain chip, a product developed by Elon Musk, is one of the examples of this. Musk claims this brain-computer interface or the BCI will enable humans to carry out action through thought alone, developing ultra-high bandwidth brain machines interfaces to connect humans and computer. Musk, who co-founded Neuralink in 2016, has promised that the technology will enable someone with paralysis to use a smartphone with their minds faster than someone using thumbs. So exceeding refers to technology that allows us to perform tasks beyond our physical capability. This also includes typical superhero abilities such as the ability to fly, the capacity to breathe underwater, the nose capacity to detect toxins, and etc. This form of human enhancement offers ways to go beyond human capabilities. They are the most exciting, but they are also the hardest to get because they are already above human capability and requires additional research to be applied in real life. The majority of the technologies that are beyond human capability are still in the development stage. So one of the examples of this is the invisibility clock. The idea of turning invisible certainly captures people's imaginations, and while we don't quite have the technology ready yet, we are getting closer. Various researchers have already come up with ways to make certain surfaces and objects invisible, and they are trying to apply the same concept to human clocking. Also, some example includes products enable the user to fly or to breathe underwater, turn invisible, say ultraviolet or infrared light, or smell chemicals not currently detectable by the human sense of smell. Also, as I mentioned above, one of the examples is the invisibility clock, which is already seen in the movie of Harry Potter. What are the involved technologies integrated or applied in this trend? First is the Internet of Things. Technology has delivered new enablers for improving human abilities. These enablers promise an enhanced quality of life and professional efficiency. With the use of Internet of Things (IoT) technology, human capacities have been enhanced. This enablers guarantee an improvement in quality of life and professional effectiveness. But the fusion of IoT and human augmentation technologies has also increased IoT-related difficulties well beyond their existing scope. Second, microprocessor technology. A microprocessor within the prosthetic is able to mimic in great detail the natural movements of a person. They are able to match a person's walking gait and provide smooth and natural motions. Microprocessor technology, it is a kind of tiny electronic device that has the arithmetic, logic, and control circuit required to carry out the tasks of a central processor unit in a digital computer. Additionally, it offers automatic control of surveying tools, industrial robots, and numerous hospital equipment types. The third one is the brain-computer interface. A brain-computer interface, or the BCI, is a system that measures activity of the central nervous system, or the CNS, and converts it into artificial output that replaces, restores, enhances, supplements, or improves natural CNS output, and thereby changes the ongoing interaction between the CNS and its external or internal environment. A brain-computer interface, or the BCI, is a technology that analyzes brain activity to identify functional intent or the intention to change, move, control, or interact with something in your surroundings. In other words, BCI enables mind-only operation of a program or a device. It enables people to operate machineries with their minds. Although this technology or technique is currently quite experimental, there are many potential applications. For instance, it might assist paralyzed individuals regain use of their limbs and let military personnel fly a drone without using their hands while engaging in combat. Fourth is the nootropics, or also known as smart drugs, or drugs and other supplements used by cognitively healthy individuals in an effort to increase their cognitive functioning. Nootropics, sometimes known as smart drugs or steroids for the brain, are a pharmacological way to increase your brain capacity and mental function with a pill. The majority of individuals would jump at the chance to increase their brain function and become enormously smarter, even though prescription nootropics are now available and their efficacy is mainly unproven and long-term safety proof is largely absent. Additionally, it is also known as cognitive enhancers, which some people use in an effort to enhance their memory, focus, and mental alertness, as well as to raise their energy and wakefulness. CRISPR, or also known as the clustered regularly interspaced short palindromic repeats. It is a component of bacterial immune system that can cut DNA and has been repurposed as a gene editing tool. It is a technology that has the power, simplicity, and flexibility to edit genomes in an amazingly fast time, which can lead to augmentations in humans. The CRISPR is a powerful tool for editing genomes, enabling scientists to quickly change DNA sequences and change how genes operate. It offers a wide range of possible uses, including the correction of genetic flaws, the treatment and prevention of illness, and the enhancement of graft growth and hardiness. The technology also presents ethical questions despite its potential. They also believe that this kind of technology, which allows for the editing of genes, will likely change the world and would probably alter the course of human history. And these are just some examples of human augmentation technologies: wearable devices, prosthetic limbs, augmented reality devices, hearing aids, and brain devices. What specific application of the integrated technologies in this trend? First is the wearable devices. Product controlled by electronic components and software that can be incorporated into clothing or worn in the body like accessories. Any electronic equipment that is intended to be worn on the user's body is considered wearable technology. This gadget can come in a variety of shapes and sizes, including jewelry, accessories, medical equipment, and clothing or clothing-related items. These items can be worn as accessories or incorporated into garments and are controlled by electrical components and software. Many wearable gadgets have been developed recently, including smartwatches and smart glasses. Also, it is designed to help you in a situation where you feel threatened or in danger. One of the examples of this is the eyeglasses. Eyeglasses were said to have been created by Salvino de Armati in Italy during the 13th century. So the second one is the prosthetic limbs. If you're missing an arm or leg, an artificial limb can sometimes replace it. The device, which is called a prosthesis, can help you to perform daily activities such as walking, eating, or dressing. People with leg amputations may find it easier to move around with the aid of prosthetic legs or prosthesis. They imitate the way a leg works and occasionally even how it looks. While some prosthetic limbs users still use a cane, walker, or crutches to walk, others are able to do it without any assistance. When an arm or other extremity is amputated or lost, rehabilitation might benefit greatly from the use of a prosthetic device or prosthesis. A prosthetic limb can increase movement, help with daily tasks, as well as provide the means to stay independent. And one of the examples of this is an artificial leg. The third one is the augmented reality devices. Augmented reality devices, or the AR, is a technology that lets people superimpose digital content, just like images, sounds, text, over a real-world environment. With the use of an AR device, real-world objects and environments can be overlaid with 3D virtual objects, which can then interact with the real-world objects to produce the desired meanings. This is known as augmented reality. A picture of the real world is enhanced with digital data and computer-generated graphics in augmented reality, as opposed to virtual reality, which aims to replicate and replace the complete real-life environment by including videos, infographics, photos, sounds, and other features. It aims to alter perceptions. In certain cases, people employ augmented reality technology to create a 3D representation of a deceased person so that their loved ones can see them once again. And one of the examples of this is the HoloLens and a Pokemon Go. The fourth one is the hearing aids. It is a small electronic device that you wear in or behind your ear. It makes some sounds louder so that a person hearing loss can listen, communicate, and participate more fully in daily activities. The main purpose of hearing aids is to make you hear better. The use of hearing aids is absolutely necessary for those who have hearing impairments. A hearing aid enables us to connect with one another and communicate in a manner that none of our other senses can. With the newer digital technology available, hearing aids also offers more clarity, which will improve the hearing and speech comprehension of people who have hearing loss that results from damage to the small sensory cells in the inner ear called hair cells. And lastly, the brain implant, often referred to as neural implants, are technological devices that connect directly to a biological subject brains, usually placed on the surface of the brain or attached to the brain cortex. The technology was shown to enable two patients to operate a computer solely with their minds. In the long run, it might aid in the diagnosis and treatment of a variety of brain diseases, including Parkinson's disease and epilepsy. Currently, paralyzed individuals who are unable to communicate rely on equipment that spell out words one letter at a time using eye or head motion. Some people utilize a technology that enables them to move the computer cursor by thinking about it. This technology is being created to assist those who suffer from various illnesses or disabilities.
So, what are the ethical impact of this trend? Human augmentation ethically impact not only the individual but also the professional and social level. The ethical impact on an individual includes discussions about whether the ways used to achieve goals in life matter, ideas about living a true life, caution in encouraging an open future, and lastly, morphological freedom. Ethical impact on professional level involve the codes of ethics that govern medical practice and the ethics of cultural practices. And ethical impact on social level includes fairness and justice as well as practical ethical issues. So, morphological freedom means the absolute ownership of one's body, implying the right to undergo bodily, genetic, or prosthetic modifications. And based on an article of Andemia, human enhancement implies a fundamental restructuring of the global economy, bringing about a transformation of how people conduct their lives. So, the ethical impacts of this trend include social inequality, privacy, and social control as well. So, first, we have social inequality. Social resources are limited and scarce to the needs of human development. So, not everyone has the opportunity to enjoy the benefits of human augmentation technology. So, even though society admits that the ultimate goal of human enhancement is good, it still brings many problems in practical application. When the human augmentation technology widely prevails in certain areas but leaving the other areas without the help of the technology, it might pose prominent threats to the equality of human beings from different places. Next is the social control. As with many kinds of technology, human augmentation technology helps elevate human sensational feelings and even genetic performance. Nevertheless, it can be modified into an antisocial tool. So, as the technology thrives, people would get more used to the existence of the devices that provide the service. Under this circumstance, human sensing augmentation technology devices that are used to provide an immersive information receiving environment, for example, VR lenses, or even the brain computer interfaces, would probably become the propaganda tools of those who want to control the public opinions. So next is we have privacy. In order to provide users with a smooth and comprehensive experience, most wearable devices collect personal information to optimize the algorithm dedicated for an individual user. During the process of optimization, users' traces, including personal data and confidential information, are technically necessarily recorded. So, modern people strive for efficiency in working and living by many means. and human augmentation technology will be their preferred option, especially the increasingly popular wearable devices, such as virtual reality lenses, augmented reality lenses, exoskeletons, and smartwatches. Also, for the same reasons, wearable devices can be used to obtain personal information illegally. Does this address a basic human need? So, augmentation somehow address a basic human need because it brings cognitive and physical enhancement to the human experience. Human augmentation is created to enhance human productivity or capability, and it can even add to the human body. It is a way of integrating technology in order to help people and improve their life, which unknowingly address a basic need, such as need for belongingness, need for esteem, and need for self actualization. And under the need for belongingness, we have social acceptance, social interaction, social affiliation. And under the need for esteem is the self worth, competence, skills, appreciation, recognition, and respect. Lastly, under the need for self actualization is the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. How could this change the customer's behavior? So, human augmentation could change the customer's behavior by enhancing their capabilities and skills, may it be cognitive, mentally, or physically, as well as improving the customer's abilities, productivity, health, and quality of life. So, this may lead to both negative and positive change of customers' behavior because some may use human augmentation in an abusive and unjust way, but some may also use it in an effective, responsible, and positive manner. So, as the picture shows, human augmentation can expand or restore human function, which are senses, intellect, space, and motion. And as Nicolas Agar said, we are no longer living in a time when we can say we either want to enhance or we don't. We are already living in an age of enhancement.
How could this change the employee's behavior? So, human augmentation can change employees' behavior by allowing them to use technology to improve their tasks or specific roles. So, since human augmentation is focused on creating a cognitive and physical improvement in the human's integral parts, this will help to improve each employees' stats in each specific roles they portray in the company. The implementation of this technology increases employees' productivity while also improving the efficiency of their work as well as their working environment. When the employee uses the augmented technology, this will help them to take advantage of this particular technology to support their tasks more efficiently. They will also be more comfortable with how they work in their working environment since augmented technology will help the employee improve their capabilities. For example, suppose the employee is a company driver without a leg. In that case, this will help them to take advantage of the usage of human augmentation by creating an advanced design, for instance, that could make an employee a better driver. The task might be redesigned for more improvement, enabling those without legs to drive or ride a bicycle or a car. Through this, they can gain confidence due to the human augmentation technology they use because they will not be insecure anymore with their disability. This technology will help the employee to do better because they know with themselves that they can do particular tasks or roles with the help of this technology. This can also change the analyzation skills of the employee in identifying what are the possible risks that may occur and the approach they'll use to handle when there's a problem to reduce a error. What will make this trend successful? So, human augmentation will become successful if this meets the required requirements. So, first, the technology should be available in the market. Aside from that, they'll have to make sure that it will be affordable to those small and medium businesses. And the human augmentation should also be reliable, safe, and easily accepted by the user. This technology should also be a user friendly to enable the user to adopt a successful augmentation. Human augmentation technology should be first visible and available to the market so that those people who would like to avail themselves of this technology can use it to help enhance their capabilities. Next to consider is whether this should be a budget friendly for some small and medium sized businesses so that those people who would like to buy this technology can afford it. The more affordable the product, the greater the chance that many customers will purchase the product compared to justifying a more expensive options. The technology should also be reliable and safe, enabling them to build trust with the customer that the technology that they'll use is quality and safe to use. This will also become successful if human augmentation is accepted by the people and they will not be resistant to change. It's also important that the technology is user friendly so that the user of the human augmentation can easily use the technology without hassle. What will make this trend fail? So, human augmentation relies on advancement of the technology, which comes at a significant cost in terms of money or investment. This trend is based on the interconnected nature of the Internet of Things or the IoT and the human being, and a data breach might occur, revealing all the people's record and making them exposed to hacking. This also relies on the device that is usually implanted inside the human body, which can fail if there are malfunctions or bugs that can make each person who are using the technology vulnerable. So, human augmentation can be a failure if the technology is too expensive for small and medium sized businesses to afford. So, due to the advancement of technology, companies needs to invest a lot to take advantage of the benefits of human augmentation technology. Another possible reason why this trend will fail is due to the data breach that can leak all the information of the user. This can be used for identity theft and can be a reputational damage to the company if this happens. Lastly, if the human augmentation technology is not configured properly, there are possible bugs and errors that may cause harm to the users of the technology, especially if it is implanted in the internal parts of the human body. How does this technology change the future? Human augmentation technology in the form of implants will become more integrated with human bodies. This will also allow humans to exceed within their normal abilities. Human augmentation is not only giving creation power to people, but it is also changing markets, creating communities, and thought processes. As we have witnessed how the computer has changed the face of the world, similarly, human augmentation has the same potential. So, human augmentation can change the future by helping people work easily through the help of the technology that is put into the human body. This will allow the people with deformities to participate in routines that they are unable to do due to their disability, such as those people who have a problem with their hands and legs. With the help of prosthetic technology, they can be productive and they can now work efficiently just like normal people would do. Human augmentation can enhance human ability by creating new opportunities and capabilities, and how this technology could redefine the experience of a person. As time goes by, human augmentation can be commercialized within the market, and many people will be able to purchase it for as lower price compared to its present value.